Title: Knights of Vegas turn the Stanley Cup into a bubbly bath party, Captain Mark Stone at the helm. TLDR, the Stanley Cup had its fill of champagne showers after the Golden Knights clinched the title. Captain Mark Stone wasn't spared either, getting a thorough champagne dousing. After a resounding 9-3 win against the Florida Panthers, the Knights' locker room turned into a bubbling party hub. So, here's the juice, folks. The Stanley Cup, in all its gleaming glory, now reeks of bubbly. Why? Because the victorious Golden Knights of Las Vegas decided to give it a champagne bath. Imagine the cup brimming over with fizz, instead of hopes and dreams. Now, isn't that a sight? And boy, was it a rollicking celebration. The air crackling with raw energy, the Golden Knights were having a blast. But who wouldn't after trouncing the Florida Panthers 9-3 in Game 5? Speaking of blasts, the Knights' locker room transformed into a veritable boozy geezers national park. Captain Mark Stone, gallantly leading the Knights through their victorious campaign, walked in the room holding the Stanley Cup aloft. And what did his team do? Well, they drenched him in the cup with champagne. They were as unstoppable with the bubbly as they were on the rink. Their fans must be proud. But, hey, how do you think the Stanley Cup feels about being used as a champagne bucket? But let's circle back to Stone. That guy didn't just walk the trophy in, he wore the celebration like a badge of honor. Covered in champagne, laughing and cheering along with his team, he truly embodied the spirit of a champion. It's a scene that will be etched in the memory of their fans and possibly the Stanley Cup itself. At the end of the day, it's all about seizing the moment and making it your own, isn't it? The Knights not only seized the title but also a chance to transform their victory into a memorable, fizzy spectacle. So here's a thought, maybe the cup needed that champagne bath, just to feel part of the team. So, what say you, readers? What would you do if you were part of a victorious sports team? Would you follow the Knights and give your trophy a champagne bath or do something entirely different? Do share. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this article are those of the author and do not reflect the official policy or position of Turned Up News. This article is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as investment advice, a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell or hold any assets. The content of this article does not constitute any form of advice, recommendation, representation, endorsement or arrangement by Turned Up News. This article is not intended to be and should not be relied upon by users in making, or refraining from making, any specific investment or other decisions.